coach. Anybody? Okay. Okay. Now we're recording, I think. Yes. So today we are going to talk about how to get your promotion. So I was just talking about how this visual is in our Beautifully Made page. Everybody will see this. I tag all of my new coaches in here so that you can see kind of where your goals are, and then also kind of see the opportunities. And I love doing this as well, because a lot of people come into this business thinking they're a discount coach, but then they read Path 2 and they're like, maybe Path 1 for now, but maybe Path 2. Or people will come into this business thinking, yeah, I want to be a hobby coach. And they'll say Path 2 for now, maybe a Path 3. So I think it's just kind of like plants that seed with people that there is that opportunity here. And that's kind of what I'm talking to you guys about tonight, is the opportunity for income and growth in this business. I was trying to like really write out everything. And then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to like show you the possibilities so that can light a fire. And then the specific questions you have on how to get there, that's something that we can do on a one-on-one Zoom call. I offer 15-minute Zoom calls to anybody in my downline. Doesn't matter who your sponsor coach is. If you are like posting regularly and you're sending invites regularly, I'm giving you that time. And I know it's only 15 minutes, but I'm willing to do that weekly with you if that's what you need to kind of like plan out your goals and get you there. So I do this because I'm not successful unless my coaches are successful. And one of the hardest things that we have that we struggle with is getting our coaches to duplicate our success. But I want to tell you that if you can sign a challenger, I guarantee you can sign a coach, and you can sign 2 coaches, and then you can create that income. And we're going to talk about how you start making cycle bonus or residual income once you're an Emerald coach. So I promise you, if you can do it, you can teach somebody else to do it. And if you're too nervous to how to talk to people, your upline coach will help you, because like I said, our success is dependent on your success and your downline success. So do not think you're being annoying. Do not think you're being a pest. I love, like Shayla, for example, this is her first month as a coach. And I'm like, always like, send me screenshots. Like, tell me what you're talking to people. Send me screenshots. I will type out the responses. And she's always like, I feel so annoying. And I'm like, I can't help you if you don't send it. And that's how I learned from my coach. And she did the same thing. And that's really why I feel like I had the success I did off the bat. So, Angie, I don't know what you got. Can you add it up by year? I already have the total. I was trying to break it up by year. Thank you. Love you. Okay. Angie's my life assistant tonight. my accountant. Okay. So I need to move this so that you guys can see it in the recording. Okay. How to achieve rank. This is really important because I feel like a lot of people are just like, okay, now what happens? And this is a very good visual, I feel. So to be an active coach, what does that mean? You have to have 50 personal volume points. If you're on Shakeology, that's 90 personal volume points right there. So you're good. If you have a spouse or significant other or something that signed up under you, you may not have them on Shakeology, but whatever it is, it needs to be 50 personal volume points. And for example, Rachel, would you like to share with the class what you learned when you're in 1-star diamond qualification?
Yeah, so I had my husband signed up he has like Energize and things, which he typically drinks Shakeology. But once I was 1-star qualifying, I got him to diamond. And when you reach diamond, you have to have more than 50 PV. What is it, 90?
It's 100.
100.
Yeah. You personally need 90 PV on HD, and you need 100 PV total. And that 10 extra PV is just coming from clients or some customers.
So I missed a whole week of qualification because I had no idea that my husband had to be on 100 PV. So do not make that mistake if you guys are reaching for 1-star.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you were an Emerald and like this was her husband, Mike, right here, that would have been fine. He had that 50 PV. It would have been fine. But what she was talking about was she was over here with this diamond and she was pushing for 1-star diamond. Let's go in order though. Let's not get out of that. Let's go in how I should go. So active Emerald coach. This is you. So this is Jessica when she signs her husband up. So right now, this is Liz. I don't know what leg she's on, but this is Liz. Liz signed up and is an active coach. And then once you sign your hubby up, this will be him. He'll have at least 50 PV, and then this will be you. So it's super simple. I don't say sign your significant other up until you have that other coach, because it's not going to do anything for you. But once you have 2 coaches and you're Emerald and you have 50 PV, then you start being eligible for a cycle bonus. And it's basically unlocking our compensation plan. So you can get paid each week just from being Emerald and what your coaches are personally buying or selling. So this is just really cool. And I'll talk more about it, and you can see this in the coming. But basically, so once you're an Emerald coach, if you cycle 1 time, you get $14 from that. When you're a Ruby coach, which is you have an Emerald on each leg. So what is Emerald? They have 2 coaches. So one of your coaches on each leg has 2 coaches, and then you have an additional just active coach. So you have 2 coaches on your left leg, 2 coaches on your right leg. 1 coach on your left is Emerald, which means they personally have 2 coaches, and 1 coach on the right leg also has 2 coaches. Most people skip over Ruby. A lot of people probably are like, what is Ruby? Because most of the time you have the coaches, you're waiting on somebody to be Emerald on both legs. So a lot of people just skip right over Ruby. So it's not a big deal if you're like, what? I would just say, once you hit Emerald, your next goal is Diamond. But if you hit Ruby, you bet we're going to celebrate it because it's another promotion. So how to hit Diamond, which, Emerald is something that you need to shoot for in your first 30 days. If it takes a little longer, that's okay. But it's totally something that can happen in your first 30 days. And basically you're just, even if it's a discount coach, even if you have a client signing up and you're like, okay, I just need to know how you need to enroll, how you want to enroll. Do you want to enroll as a client or a premium discount member? And literally right then and there, you can sign them up as a discount coach, and then you have another coach and you sign your significant other up, and then you're Emerald. So I just ask every single client that I and a lot of people will tell me no, and that's okay. I'm not going to hold you no, you have to put your social security number in and sign up now, but I'm always going to ask people, because you're saving 25% on all your products that, for the rest of the time. So while you're a coach, and if they ever want to cancel, it's a form you fill out online, bada bing, bada boom, you're canceled. So I always tell people that as well, when they're scared to sign up as a coach, even if they're thinking about working the business, I'm like, look, you're getting products that are going to get you great results, and you're getting a discount on it. And if you ever decide that you don't want to save money anymore, or coaching isn't for you, you just fill out a form online. No big deal. I promise I won't hold you to anything. I'm not going to, spam you or anything like that. So, what just happened? All right. So Diamond is 4 coaches on each leg. So you have a left leg and a right leg. So 4 coaches on each leg with an Emerald on each coach. Or on each leg. So an Emerald means you have 2 coaches. So, and here's the different ranks. So an active coach needs 50 PV, an active Emerald coach needs 50 PV, an active Ruby needs 75 PV, and active Diamond needs 100 PV. So you can see these little 2 asterisks with Diamond, at least 50 PV from customer orders. So I didn't actually know that. So at least 50 PV from customer orders. I really wouldn't worry about that too much, the logistics of that, because once you're Diamond and you're, continuously helping people, you're going to have people ordering Shakeology each month. Even if you didn't sell them that much, it's like, they're on auto shipment and it's still coming in. So once you're at that level, that's not something that I've ever really even had to worry about. That's literally the first time I've read that. So no big deal. So does anybody have questions about this? Okay. And then I kind of go into how this is, the compensations. So the higher you go, the higher reward. As a coach, and I just found this on Google. Thanks, Team Fit and Funky. That's Danielle Natoni. If you don't know her, she's on the Insanity videos. She's an awesome coach. She's really great. And I stock top coaches on YouTube all the time because they put their trainings for their coaches up there. So You'll learn coaches as you go. You can always look up or ask your coach about, hey, who was the top 10 in 2017? I want to follow them or something like that. That's a lot of times what I'll do is people I follow on Facebook that I feel like I vibe with, I'll check out their trainings on YouTube. So as a coach, you get paid weekly. You get paid weekly at any rank. You get the Shakeology Fast Start and Fast Start Plus bonus if you're selling Shakeology and challenge packs. And Rachel, you may know this. I meant to look this up. Fast Start Plus bonus. That is selling 5 challenge packs in 5 weeks, correct?
I believe so. I think it's just like.
Oh, Melissa, there you are.
Signing up 5 coaches,
yeah.
challenge packs in 5 weeks, and you can do it. So if you sign 5 a week, you'll get 100. I just got it on this paycheck. So you could sign 5 a week and get $100 a week, but it's every time you sign 5 within a 5-week period. Coaches with a challenge pack.
And it starts over as soon as you get to that 5. So say.
So I just hit it, and then the next coach that I sign will start number 1 because I just
$100 bonus. Okay. Now showcase pack bonus. I'm gonna look this up because I don't know what that is. I'm horrible. I meant to do this earlier, but I'll just write down things and I'll look them up. FAQ is awesome. You could literally go to the FAQ and just type that in and you'll find it. All right, so once you hit Emerald, another bonus is Customer Lead Program. So if you hit Success Club 5, which is, so usually you have 6 Success Club points, but you don't typically get 1 Success Club points for many things. So say you hit Success Club 6, which means you've sold 3 challenge packs. There's Success Club 5 and Success Club 10. Those are the 2 ranks. So Success Club 5, you get free customers each month. So once you're Emerald and have hit Success Club and are active with at least 50 PV, you get free leads. So these are people that are calling in online, that are going on the website, and Beachbody knows that everybody gets better results when they have a coach to support them. So they get assigned to you. You can reach out to them. You can invite them to your challenge groups. I send them little thank you cards. I send them emails. Sometimes I text them. Unless it said do not contact, don't contact them. But you'll see this, it'll all kind of show up. They make it really easy, like new customers and things like that in your Coach Online office. So once you hit Success Club 10 and are Emerald and have 50 PV, then you get paid leads. So those customer leads are like, it's cool because it's a new person. It's a new lead that you can reach out to. And if they purchase anything in the future, you get commission on that. But the first initial thing is like, it'll show as $0. So then the paid leads are like somebody that's maybe they bought a bag of Shakeology and you get the commission on that, as well as the commission every other month when they order. Guys, I meant to go through and do this. I need to do this, add up the leads. It is crazy how much money I've probably made over the last 5 years in leads. And I have one lead who refuses to sign up as a coach, even though she buys 2 bags of Shakeology every month for the last 3 years. It's amazing. So, I have a lot of, there's some leads that they maybe just buy once or twice, but I have a lot of leads that are like lifers that have continuously added to my residual income every month. So that's another reason why to reach for Emerald and to reach for Success Club. Then you start making that team cycle bonus. So as an Emerald coach, every time you cycle once, you get $14 a cycle. You can cycle multiple times. And then as a Diamond coach, I'm just going to skip over Ruby coach, guys, because really most people are not Ruby. And then Diamond, once you're there, you can cycle $18 a cycle. So not to go into too much depth of cycle because there's a lot of training that explain it better in other groups that we have, but you've got a strong leg and a weak leg. So to cycle, you need 200 volume points from your strong leg and 100 volume points from your weak leg. So ideally, you would have a 2-to-1 ratio, that your strong leg would be 2 times your weak leg. And that's why it's also beneficial to sign your spouse, significant other, somebody that you can control their account on your weak leg, depending on your situation. I always say, talk to me first so I can see where you're placed graphically and we can figure out. But generally speaking, if you put this significant other that, or an account that you can control on your weak leg, you can control that so you can build up your weak leg to cycle more times, because this 100 that you need is usually your limiting factor. So maybe you have 1,000 over here, but you only have 100. You're only going to cycle once. So that's the benefit of putting another account over there. And I don't want to be like too over your head, so I'm trying to keep this very elementary. So if you have any questions or anything, please ask. I'm trying to get better at talking about volume because it's so important, and I had no idea what I was doing. So my husband is on my strong leg. I can't even tell you how much more money I would have been making if I knew what I was doing in the beginning. But that's why my goal is to help you guys understand better. So once you're a diamond coach, you have a greater per cycle team cycle bonus. That's that $18 versus that $14. Greater matching check bonus. So matching bonus is you can make 10%. So say you have an emerald coach that's cycling 3 times a week. Oh gosh, math is hard. 3 times 14 is, I hate my life. Hold on. Get my calculator out. I'm like literally the world's stupidest math person ever. Okay, $42. So you would make $4.20 because you make 10%. So, but that's still pretty cool to say, I have an emerald coach that's making $42 a week just in residual income, and then you get 10% of that. So just my matching bonuses sometimes are like super epic based off of what my coaches are doing. So, and Coach Connection Lead Program happens when you're diamond. And that means like basically you'll get a free coach here and there. I've had 3 coaches, maybe 4, that just randomly like Beachbody gives you. So I reach out to them, and, you know, I've had coaches that were given to me by Beachbody hit emerald and, you know, really love this business. So that's pretty cool too. Once you hit a star diamond, and I'm not going to talk too much on this right now, but once you hit star diamond, which means you're a coach and one of your personally sponsored coaches has hit diamond, then you can start getting bonuses. Once you hit 2 stars, so you have a diamond on each leg, then you start getting bonuses. And the quarterly bonus for 2-star is about $800 to $900. So I get that every quarter. I get $800 to $900, which is awesome. You can do that in multiple business centers. So if you think about Lindsay Matway, who's 15-star diamond in 4 business centers, that 15-star diamond bonus quarterly is like $35,000 quarterly. And she does it in I think she has 4 business centers. Like, just think about $35,000 quarterly in 1 business center. Like, holy cow. And so this is why I tell you this, because it's like, this was what lit my fire when I started. Janelle Summers was the only 15-star diamond. And when I found out she was making $30,000 quarterly, and for her it was probably a lot more than, because she was the only one doing it. I'll get I have the matching quarterly bonuses. I'll get that photo of that and post that in our team page tonight. It will floor you to see how much money you start making in these bonuses. So my big goal, so I also have the 5-star bonus here and there this year. I don't think I've hit it once. I used to be really consecutive. This is a rebuilding year for me. So I think right now I teeter between 3 and 4 stars. So my goal is to get back to 5 stars. So I have to get my second business center back to diamond to get this 5-star. And that's about it's usually anywhere from $3,000 to $3,500 quarterly. So you get this 5-star. So I'm getting this 5-star bonus, and I still get the 2-star bonus. So say it's $3,500 plus $900. Boom. Now, this 15-star bonus that she gets, she also gets the 10-star bonus, which I want to say is about anywhere from $10,000 to $12,000. And then she gets the 5-star bonus, which is, $3,500. And then she gets the 2-star bonus, which is $800. And then she does that in all of these different accounts. Like, just think, obviously I can't do math, but just think about that. That is crazy to me. So that's why I like to talk about it, is that it's not just about, I want you to see why you want to move your business forward and get those diamonds underneath you, because those bonuses alone, just think, okay, so even if you just had that 2-star bonus quarterly, so let's round it up to 1,000 because I don't do math. So $4,000 extra a year. Okay, what if you just said, I'm putting my bonuses straight to vacation funds? Like, that alone is really cool to see that you could do 2 pretty cool, or 1 or 2 really cool vacations a year just on your bonuses. So Okay. I am going to not look at the chat. I'll do that later. And then there's leadership ladder, which I think is really important too, because it's important to not just focus on ranks. It's important to think about, okay, how am I growing in my business? So there's the business starter, and this BP is basically commissions per month. So business starter, this is the first rung that you can reach. So you have to be making $100 a month in commissions or total. You have to be Success Club 5, and you have to be a coach rank. So this is pretty, I mean, that's pretty doable. I mean, say you're making $25 a week, you hit Success Club and you're a coach. Pretty doable. That's definitely like a good 30-day goal. Team builder, this you have to be Emerald, and you have to make $250 a month, Success Club, and you have to have PS is personally sponsored coaches with 1+ Success Club point. So you have to have 2 coaches that at least hit 1 Success Club point. And then your weak leg has to have at least 200 volume points. And this, you can see all of this broken down in your Coach Online office. So if you're not an Emerald coach yet, you know, that's not something that you need to worry about. But once you are Emerald, I do want you to track where your weak leg is, so that we can kind of know how you need to grow your business, because you don't want to have this huge, super strong leg and then this really weak leg and then be like, oh, that's what volume is? That's why I'm not making cycle bonuses. So I just want you to just like talk to us if you have questions. Trust me, volume is not my forte. So I'm probably doing like a terrible job at explaining it. Just ask us. I have lots of videos from coaches that are really great at explaining it. Just know that the more that you talk about it, the more that you learn about it, maybe look at the FAQ, maybe something you read or watch will make more sense to you. Do not be like, okay, like for example, I'm looking at Liz's face and I'm like, how much am I scaring this girl right now? It's a lot of information. Do not think you need to know it tonight. I'm going over it, but some of this may be like, you're like, I'm just trying to figure out what Shakeology is. So don't worry. Okay, then team leader is $1,000 a month with Success Club 5 Diamond and 4 coaches with at least 1 Success Club points and 5,000 points on your weak leg. So this weak leg is usually the thing that people are struggling with in order to hit team leader. And that's something that's like, okay, that's a lot where a lot of people, they have everything else, but they have to get here. Organizational leader, I think I was that for 2 weeks of my entire life, but I'm a team leader right now. My biggest thing is, I'm not sure. I have to look at what I need. Oh, okay. So this PS with 1+ Success Club points, I believe are from the year that it is, so 2018 and 2017. So it's just this year, it's this year and the year before, coaches. And I, in 2017, took a huge break in my business and did the bare minimum and only really recruited challengers. I barely recruited coaches in 2017 and really even the beginning of 2018. I just was like, kind of like just out of it, just kind of checked out. And so for me, my elite points this year and things like that are not doing great because I haven't been recruiting, and it's a numbers game. The more people you talk to in coaching, the more people that you get signed up, the more people that are going to be doing something in this business. Because you get a lot of people that come in and maybe they just would want to do it for the discount or things like that. But the more people you talk to and the more purposeful in how you're posting and talking about coaching, when you're like, I'm looking for a go-getter, somebody that wants to run with me, that's when you're going to find more coaches that really want to work this business. So really think about that, and not so much, I mean, discount coaches are great. They're going to help you get to Diamond. They're going to help you get to these promotions. But I also want you to be talking about who you're looking for to attract quality working coaches. And then executive leader, which is a far ways away from all of us, but I just wanted to have this all so you could take a look at that. And I'll post this recording and things, and if anybody wants me to share this document, I can. So now I have a bunch of coaches from my Monday. I have a mastermind with a bunch of super successful coaches. Mara was, she was in the top 10 last year. I forget exactly what number she was. But okay, so her first month as a coach, she started in 2015. She made $182. When she started to really work the business in July, she made $951 in a month. 6 months into coaching, like really actually coaching, she made $3,140 a month. her 1-year anniversary, she was making $6,200 in a month. Her 2-year anniversary, she was making $18,000 in a month. And I'm thinking this is some, she's probably putting in her quarterly bonuses here. And then last month, her 2.5-year mark in January, she made $48,067 in a month. That is crazy pants. Like, I don't even know. She recruits a good amount of coaches that really want to work the business. She sets the expectation right up front for her working coaches, and she hustles her butt off. So this is not somebody that just got lucky. She is a top 10 coach out of over 400,000 plus coaches for a reason. She has a lot of workers under her, and a lot of her income is coming from having these leaders that are creating massive teams that are making her volume and her cycles really making her a lot of money, as well as, I'm assuming this is probably also some of her bonuses are probably in here too. But isn't that crazy? That is crazy. Wait, I've got more. Okay, here is Megan Ewaldson, and she's created $1 million business in 4 years. So she's a million, when we call it the Million Club. That doesn't mean you make $1 million a year, even though there are plenty of coaches that make $1 million a year. This is them making at least $1 million in their lifetime with Beachbody. So our first year, and this is another thing, some people don't want to talk about money and put it out there. So I'm showing you different options too that you can make. And if you're like, I'm not really making a ton of money, well, you can also put it into what Beachbody allowed you to do. So her first year, she earned enough in her first month to pay for her Shakeology. She focused on helping people. Her income grew to $1,000 a week by the end of the year, and she was able to pay off the remaining student loans over $8,000. What's really cool is that when you are intentional with this business and you're like, okay, I'm going to put all of my Beachbody, because I'm already living fine on my own, I'm going to put all of my Beachbody income to student loans or something like that, you're going to see a huge difference instead of just being like, oh, cool, I made $50 this week, cool. But like, I would suggest if you have a big goal, like be purposeful about it and be like, all right, my Beachbody income is going to go to this. And you probably will see a little bit more of a difference. I did that. Mine was credit card, and it paid for our wedding. So I was very purposeful at that. Okay, I'm putting this aside. So if you have something like maybe it's a vacation, maybe it's a student loans, maybe it's something else, I would say like if you're okay money-wise with what you're doing, like make a focus to do this. Like Melissa pays her mortgage every month with Beachbody. Super awesome. That is so cool that that's one bill that she knows is, hey girl, hey, is taken care of by Beachbody. All right, second year, she bought a ski boat with her hubby. She was able to move family to a larger oceanside home and pay a little more for rent, decided we could add another child, paid for Christmas in cash. That alone, guys, is so cool when people say they paid for Christmas in cash, because how many times do we put it on the credit card and we're like, I hate Christmas, when 'tis the season. Like, not really thinking about what it's really about is actually really stressful. So to talk to people, and a lot of people think that too. So to be able to say like, you know, that you did that with your income is really cool. Paid cash for a new family car, took family to Hawaii, hosted a team retreat, and a team party in Nashville, earned a trip to Bora Bora, and increased my income by almost 200%. Like, can you imagine if you went to your boss and you're like, I'd like a 200% raise this year? Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Okay. Fourth year, I hosted a team retreat, another in Charleston, invested $85,000 in starting another fitness-based business. Megan Ewaldson has this like app. So she created like an app, like a fitness app or something she did on her own. Purchased our first home and put 25% down, grew our savings, investment in college accounts for the kids, one of the few who achieved Team Beachbody's Million Club status. That is so, so cool. I think this is Candace. I'm horrible. I forget. She's in my mastermind. So 2012, she made $260. 2013, she made $18,000. 2014, she made about $108,000. That's a hefty jump. In 2015, she made $333,000, and in 2016, she made $409,789. Like, get away from me. How is this possible? From doing something on social media in the pockets of your time while you get great results? Like, Is anybody else motivated to work this business just a little bit? Okay, good. That's because that was the point of this call. I was going to be like, let's purposely show you how to put his where. No, that can be done in our one-on-one calls. I'm just going to continue on because I've got more. Okay, so this is Jamie Shepard. She just hit 15-star diamond. She's one of the sweetest, like just she's awesome. Love her. So 2007, this is another way you can do it. She's talking about she had pneumonia. She was a broken relationship, lost in searchings, shy and unhappy. She made $35,000. In 2017, 10 years later, full of energy, got married to a Jamie. So they're Jamie and Jamie. It's really funny. Adventure and travel. Hey, Mullen. Welcome to the show. Hey. Bought first home, 4th year in business, $275,000. Like, what are we doing with our lives? Why are we not building our businesses? This is what needs to be happening. Okay, I've got more. Okay, so this is Deidre. Her first year, she earned enough to pay for her shakes and was able to finish the year making $900 a week. So she started in 2013. Second year, she cut her hours back. She earned 6 figures. That's pretty impressive. And don't sit there and say like, that's cool, but I could never do that. Like I'm making this face, but say that's amazing. And I'm going to work my butt off and see what I can do. So don't worry about how long you've been a coach. Don't worry about any of this. I'm doing this to show you that it can happen, but it has to be by recruiting coaches because the bulk of their income, guys, is their cycle bonus. And it just takes a couple coaches to take off with this business and want it. And you are going to start seeing a huge difference in your cycle bonuses. All right. So 3rd year, she quits her job as a nurse, bought her first luxury SUV, went through a divorce and was able to purchase a house on her own and furnish it. That's pretty amazing. 5th year, sole income for our home, mortgage, car payment, food, clothes, vacations, first trip to the UK. Also met my husband and paid for wedding in cash. Boom. Okay. Like seriously, so cool. And the last one. Carrie Legault, oh, this is so small. Let's see. She matched her teaching salary in her first year. She taught middle school math. And she wanted more time with her girls. So she started her hustle. She retired from teaching. 1 month later, her hubby was laid off on one income. This was her little business that was able to support them. Christmas was paid in cash. Loans were paid off. New vehicles, donations near and dear to her hearts. And that's the other thing. Maybe like you don't want this flashy lifestyle. Maybe you don't want this, but just to think about being able to generously give back wherever needed, like that's so cool. That is such a cool thing. So you need to figure out what speaks to your heart. Money really isn't bad. It's what you do with it. So if you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to be successful, it's what you do with it. So, you're going to have a better quality of life regardless, and you're going to have a lot more choices of what you're able to do with it. Financial freedom wasn't the initial goal, but this little business. So she's literally 100% debt free. Mortgage, everything. 100% debt free in her 5th year. So I went and I added everything up. This is like super icky and I didn't want to do it, but I made myself do it. Okay. So my first year, this is lifetime income. So this is literally since I started in April of 2013. So I went through and I added it up total. And then I'm going to do it per year if Angie did it for me because I ran out of time. Okay, so open my business, my first business center. So another thing I don't think I touched on, once you hit 2-star diamond, you can open a second business center, which is basically you sponsoring yourself as another coach wherever you want to put it. I put it on my weak leg so it helps to really cycle more. Another thing you could do is put it, so maybe this is you and this is your husband. So your husband's on your weak leg. You could sponsor your second business center under your weak leg and under his weak leg. So it helps him cycle more and you cycle more. So there's really cool ways that you can like think about where you're putting your second business center to help you make a ton more money. And I run all of my challenge packs through there. I run everything through there basically because it's just helping me cycle more, and all of the Success Club points roll up to that initial, my first business center. So when I say first business center, this is the original coach that, placement, the original business center I signed up with. When I say second business center, once I hit 2-star, I was able to open a second business center. So I started April 2013 and hit diamond September 2013. It took me 6 months to hit diamond, and then it took me like another year and a half to hit 2-star. So January, February, March 2015. So this first business center to date has made me $250,850. So, okay, that is, a little over 5 years. Matt's first business center, which I opened a month after I started, has made to date $71,785. This is why you want to open a secondary account. This is not all me selling things and putting it through them. This is mostly, not the first couple of months, but now all of his income comes from cycle bonuses because I built his account. So my second business center, I opened April 2015. So 2 years after I started, I hit, and I think I just waited a little bit to open it because I didn't know what I was doing with volume. So I waited a couple months, I think, a month or two. So to date, my second business center has made me $46,000. What are you doing? Since 2015. And then Matt's second business center, I opened this in 2017, but I literally didn't start using it. I just needed an active coach. I opened it because Matt's first business got to 2-star. So I opened it, but I didn't really do anything because Matt is on my strong leg. I didn't work his business too much, but I put it on his weak leg and I just started building it. It just got to Emerald this month. So I've only made $168 and that all came from August. But total, in 5 years, I've made $368,824 from Beachbody. Like, that is incredible that I was able to do this from a business. I work from my phone, from my couch, in my purple fuzzy slippers, without a shower. Like, come on. Okay. So then I had Angie. So let me see it in the chat. So I had this and then, oh wait, I just stopped share. Hold on. Let me see. It's in the chat. Okay. There we go. I'm going to copy this and then I'm going to share my screen again. I'm going to move this. Okay. So I had Angie add it up because math is hard. So 2013, you don't have to do any taxes or anything on it if you make less than $600. So I was going through my W-2s and things, and I guess they're 1099s or whatever they are, and I couldn't find Matt's because I made less than $600 in his account, so I didn't have to do anything with it. So 2013, I started in April, so about half the year I made $6,600. 2014, I really, really, really was gung-ho. I was like, I'm going to take this business. I'm going to do anything I can in the pockets of time, even though I have 3 jobs. And I was able to actually go part-time in October of 2014. I was able to quit my job in January of 2015, a week before my 28th birthday. So 2014, I made $26,386. And this is just my business center and Matt's business center. So you can see that. Let's see. Matt made, yeah, okay. He only made $2,600 in 2014. But let's look at what Matt McDonald made in 2015. He went from $2,600 to $13,500. I went from $23,000 to $45,000. Like, it's just crazy what can do when you're continuously adding to your team and that cycle bonus. So, and then in 2015, I opened my second business center and it made $8,000. So 2015 total, I went from making $26,386 in 2014 to $67,077 in 2015. Wait, Angie, this is not right. I think okay, Angie, help me. 2016, you said 42,000, but I want all of this added.
Sorry, I think I typed it wrong.
That's okay. I'm not blaming you. It was totally my job that I just assigned you to because you're an accountant. Okay, 2017. Okay, and so while she's doing that, you'll see that like 2016, I want to say 2016, I feel like it was like 127,000. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of tax-wise what it was. But my phone's dead, so I don't know what to do with my
114,454.
Okay. So I don't know if this is 114,000. Okay. I don't know if this is like everything or what? I just was going, I don't think my bonuses aren't in here. Cause I was like, no, that's definitely off. I was going by not W-2s for 2015, 16, 17. I couldn't find them and I was just going by earnings, but the bonuses weren't included. So yeah, so I think 2016 was a total of like 127,000, and then 2017 I think was like 105,000 with my bonuses or something. So so 2016 to 2017 took a big hit. Like I think it was like a difference of like $15,000 to $20,000 in my income. And you might be like, how is that possible? I had a horrible year. I had postpartum depression. I lost a ton of coaches that were really killing it in their business, and that directly affected my income. But also, I don't think it would have affected it so much if I didn't take this step back, because the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack, and I was not recruiting coaches. I was not, I wasn't really doing too much training one-on-ones or anything like that. I just really was like checked out. It is what it is. But, so it's easy to see that this is not something that you want to just like ride, like I'm comfortable, I'm good, because that's kind of what I was doing. And you can see that's why it dropped, because I wasn't continuously nurturing my business. But yeah, but 2018, I'm back on track, to be increasing my income. And, I don't like talking about income. It's disgusting. I have like, my heart is like this. I don't like talking about it, but I want you guys to see that this is incredible what is possible with literally just talking to people and saying, hey, have you ever thought about doing what I do? So, okay. I'm going to go through and answer any questions. So Angie says, as an Emerald, you have to hit Success Club to get the paid leads. Yes, you have to hit Success Club 10 for the paid leads. You get Success Club 5 and you get the customer leads that are not. How much have you had to spend? So what I spend is I spend $96 a month on my Shakeology, and like usually $96 either on the Performance Line or Shakeology, or I'll do like Shakeology packets to do for like giveaways or things like that in Matt's account. So, and that's a tax write-off. So the way this business works is that no taxes are taking out. So you have to also think about when you're starting to really work this business, when you start making about $30,000, it's a good idea to start thinking about an LLC. I have an LLC, April McDonald Fitness LLC. And the way that works is I get a lot of tax breaks. You can write off your phone, your internet, if you have a home office, you can write that off. You can write off client prizes and gifts. You can write off your Shakeology. You can write off, I have a whole like spreadsheet I can send you of everything, but basically the same thing. And my husband's a realtor too. So like, it's literally, we write off a ton of stuff between both of our businesses. So you can write off a ton of stuff. My diamond retreats that I hold. Okay. Well, when I do a house and all this stuff, it's anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000, but that's literally me. I would rather spend $3,000 to $5,000 on people I love than give it straight to the government, because it's a tax write-off. So that's really cool too, is as you grow and you are, doing this, that's an incentive of doing these leadership retreats and things like that, because it's all tax write-offs. Anything you spend at all with Beachbody is a write-off. When we go to Summit, your traveling, your tickets, anything you spend in the core, any meals you spend there, even Success Club trips. So when I go to Mexico, it's tax write-off. Like, okay, I'll write off my, airfare and all that stuff. So, it's important to know that, like, yes, you're spending, but I'm consuming it, and it's one less meal I'm having to buy and things like that. The cleanse. Anything you need that is COAC. Talk to me like I'm stupid. Coach. Oh, okay. I am stupid because I couldn't figure that out. Coach or business related. I thought this was like your like accountant lingo or something. I'm like, okay. Do we need a new accountant? I've never heard that only 20% of Shakeco is He's probably writing it as that it's a consumable or something, and that's probably why. I write off all mine, and I think most all Beachbody coaches write off all theirs. So I don't know what to tell you about that. It's basically like I wouldn't be, if I didn't have 90 PV on HD, I wouldn't be eligible for the leads, and I wouldn't be eligible for a lot of things in my business that are paying me. So it's a requirement in my eyes. So that's how I feel. Anything that you spend that's coach or business related, like your personal Shakeco, is a business expense and can be written off on your taxes. I also have a team call where I literally just talked about taxes that I can share as well. Also smart to figure out your estimated income, tax bracket, write-offs, etc., and save the amount you will need to pay at the end of the year since no taxes are taken out. Yes, I put 25% away, and usually it's you know, for real estate, they say 30% because usually with real estate, you're making more of an income. But I think right now 25% is safe. And if you don't use it all, pay off a bill, go on vacation or something like that. If you make less than $600, you don't have to claim anything. And talk to accountant Angie if you have any questions. So, okay. So I want you guys to ask any questions or any ahas or anything at all. Let's unmute and have a little conversation about anything that you have questions about, anything that like lit a fire under your butt. Talk to me, please. Anything will do. Did anything I say resonate with you today?
It did for me, but like I just struggle inviting people. Like I probably have 20 different conversations with people that I've just started, but I've never actually said, okay, I need to try BB.
Okay, so with that, you just have to be like, I have to get over the fear. Because if I want this financial freedom, they aren't a mind reader. And most people, even if you do invite them, it takes multiple invites for them to join you. So you have to just get over that fear and say, do I want to change my family's life or not? Because otherwise I'll just start conversations and be a good friend to everyone, which is fine. But if you want to move your business forward, it has to be an invite. And if you struggle with how to invite, we've got lots of scripts on what to say. And I know,
and I go over those, and I need to just keep going over those. But like you said, I have to get over the fear.
I encourage you to just like go send 5 invites, like find a script that works for you, tweak it if you need to, hit send and walk away. And you can freak out wherever you want, but you'll come back and people will either be like, yeah, tell me more, or I'm not sure if it's for me right now. And then you can be like, no problem whatsoever. You know, what are you doing right now for workouts? Or I'll just start a conversation with people that have watched my stories. If it's something about me working out, and I'll be like, hey girl, I just saw that you watched my story. I just wanted to say, hey, thanks for thinking I'm worthy of paying attention to. Tell me about you. Are you on a health and fitness journey? And that opens up the conversation, and then it leads to me being able to invite them. I don't know if you're interested or not, but I run monthly groups every month, and we have so much fun. Right now we're doing a Biggest Loser challenge. I'm absolutely loving it. I would love to have you join us next month and we can keep each other accountable. Do you think you'd be down to, checking in with me and working out from home? Like something like that. Like it's all about joining me, and it sounds a lot less salesy when you're like, you want to keep each other accountable. Yeah.
I feel like for me, it was really hard to start doing that, but I've had so many people that I almost didn't invite that have then been like, yeah, that sounds awesome. And I'm like, oh, really? I mean, it is awesome. But
yeah. So many people that you like prejudged, and you go, and that's the other thing is you cannot go into this conversation thinking they're not going to want to spend $130 on Shakeology. I know they're broke, blah, 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 blah. You can't, if you don't see the value in Shakeology at $130 or $100, then you can't be successful in this business. Like you have to see the value. And you have to know, like, if you don't have a success story yet, you talk to anybody on this team and you'll have one. My stomach used to hurt every single freaking time I ate. I was miserable. I was drinking 4 cups of coffee a day, found Shakeology after a week. My stomach didn't hurt because of the probiotics and prebiotics in it. And I wasn't even finishing a cup of coffee a day. Like, boom, right there. Like that's one. I have Angie's son, has Crohn's, and this made me think of it. I actually have a friend that suffered from Crohn's, and when she was drinking her Shakeology like super regularly, she was like basically asymptomatic. So, like just having these stories and
Can you get up and wave at everybody?
what it's done. Hi, was I talking about you? Hi. Just having these other stories, and I think it's important. Maybe I'll start doing like a Shakeology share like once a week, and we can kind of talk about testimonials or clients have or something, so we can just kind of read it, so that if somebody says I struggle with this, actually I have a coach on my team that had the same issue, and after a week of Shakeology, this is what she's found. So facts tell, stories sell. So when you have your own story and you have other people's story of why it's been helpful, like it's game over, kind of thing. So just get over your fear and just know, I'm either going to sit here and I'm going to coast, or I'm going to move my business forward, and I just got to do it. And if you need to send us screenshots so you can be like, oh my gosh, I did it. How do you change this?
And I will.
That's fine. That's fine. We will tweak it. We'll help you. But honestly, I really think you can't say the wrong thing to the right person that wants it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I have a customer that has BOD, and she is on Shakeology monthly, and she is thinking about, she said she has like 3 people that are asking her about it, and she used to be a coach like a couple years ago under somebody else. And she switched over to me and gets her Shakeology monthly. But she's like, I have 3 other people who want to maybe buy the 80-day obsession challenge pack. So I'm considering doing this coaching thing. And I was like, if you have 3 people interested, you should just coach, because then your Shakeology will be paid for. And she was like, yeah, I'm seriously thinking about it. What's the best way to do it? And so what is the cheapest way? Is it just the $40 buy-in, since she's already gotten a challenge pack and is already on Shakeology? Is that the cheapest way for her to coach?
Yes, but I always have people cancel their auto shipment, because I've had in the past, hopefully it's fixed now, but I've had in the past where they're on Shakeology and then they sign up as a coach, and then they don't get the coach discount if it was an auto ship that was already happening. So I'm hoping that that's not the case anymore, but I would just say, what I would do is let's cancel your auto shipment, so we make sure that your first month is automatically discounted, because sometimes it doesn't connect right away or something like that. So I would say let's cancel your Shakeology, and you can actually get started for, her Shakeology is normally $130 anyways. So if she maybe did the 3-day refresh, so she could get that for $30. So it's $160 to sign up. And I would give her 2 options. I would say either you pay $40 and you get it refunded, or you cancel your Shakeology and I'll just send you the form to do it. And then you sign up with a month of Shakeology, and you can actually get the 3-day refresh for $30, which is normally over $70.
Okay. And then would she, since she's already ordered a challenge pack, even if it's a new challenge pack order, it doesn't matter. There's no Success Club, right? Or it wouldn't be, because she's not this coach. I'm an idiot. Ignore me.
No. Actually, they say it's like 2 Success Club points per customer per, I guess now 6 months or something. But
I
have gotten so many multiple repeat. I don't know. It's like sometimes they catch it, sometimes they don't.
Okay. Because she ordered 80-day in like January, or maybe it was like
you probably will get 2 Success Club points anyways. If they are already on an auto shipment and then they sign on, like, you will not. But if she cancels it and then orders, most likely you will.
Okay.
I just have had people sign up as a coach before, and then their Shakeology comes out and it's still $130. I'm like, what the heck? So I don't know. I just always have people cancel it first, because.
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense if she's already getting it. She's already paying the $130.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good idea with the 3-day refresh thing.
And then make sure that that anybody, if they are active military or an active military spouse or a veteran, they do not pay the monthly fee. It's about $17 a month. And if any of that is the case, they do not pay that $17 a month fee, and they basically get their Shakeology $30 off every month, and they're not paying anything.
Are veterans' wives included?
Nope, but you could sign them up
under their husband.
Yeah.
Or whoever, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Kelly, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to ask a question for those people that that didn't get, like, if they were already getting the Shakeology and then they signed up as a coach. Were they able to call Beachbody and get that, like, refunded? Because that's what I just I had a friend, I just signed my first coach today, but yeah.
Congrats. That's so exciting.
Thank you. But she had already purchased a challenge pack at the beginning of the month or the end of July.
Okay.
And then she just signed as a coach today. So I know her next Shakeology should be shipping. So I'll just message her and be like, let me know if it doesn't.
Make sure she fills out that form to get the refund.
Yes.
Because when she does that, I think when she does that, it should automatically do that. I think maybe in the past the issue was they didn't fill out that form.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that is why, but it also does another thing. Filling out that form makes them active because it goes back and it says you have to have, within a 5-week period, you have to have at least 50 PV to be active. So filling out that form does two things. It gets them that refund, and it's gonna see, okay, they've ordered in the past 5 weeks, they're active. Otherwise, when people just sign up as a regular coach for $40, they show as inactive.
Gotcha.
Also, our weeks end on Wednesday, start on Thursday. So if you're like, what the heck, this coach signed up and it doesn't say I'm Emerald, everything will update on Thursday. Sometimes coaches will still say inactive Wednesday. Everything updates on Thursdays.
Okay.
Okay, so Shayla says, should we completely avoid people who are already doing a program? Which I think is hilarious because I didn't invite Shayla for a really long time because I thought she was a coach because she was already doing 80-day obsession. So my question to you, girlfriend, my answer to you is no. Just ask them like, hey girl, I love that you're having such great results with Lift 4. Are you a coach? And I just like ask that. I'm not like, are you working with a coach? I'm like, are you a coach too? You're killing it. So it's already going to show like, hey, I believe in you. I think you're awesome. And they're either going to say one of two things. No, I'm just enjoying it. And then you can say, well, are you working with a coach? Like, are you in a challenge group? And so I like to find out, like, are they happily working with a coach? I'm never in the business to steal somebody. And I would never encourage you to be like, you should switch to me. That's like, if they're working with somebody, they're happy with them. Bye. Best of luck. But if maybe they're like, I think I had a coach like 2 years ago. I haven't talked to her in a year or something like that. Well, they're not being supported. And I think that's free game. So I'm always just like, is your coach running groups with you every month? Or, are you plugged into a challenge group? And if they say, yeah, like, that's great. I love mine so much. Keep kicking butt, girl. I'm always here to, support a fellow fit mama or something like that. So I think, yes, just go for the ask. And I like to just say, oh my gosh, girl, you're killing it with Lift 4. I love this program. Or 80-day obsession. I love this program. What day are you on? And then being like, are you a coach? And so that it already instills that you think that they're worthy of being a coach. Because a lot of people just think that they can't do it because they don't believe in themselves.
Okay.
And your makeup is fabulous.
Thank you. I have work later. Not by choice.
Okay, and then you said also if someone buys something who is already active on BOD and then they order Shaco from you, do you now become their coach? So if they already have BOD and then they order Shakeology from you, you're saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like with my last name.
Yeah, if you send that link via ShareCart, they're going to get assigned to you. That's why I love ShareCart so much. We used to use like links and just send out the link. But if they were already assigned to another coach, often it's very common for them to like get over and fall into this old coach. Now, they will probably, I just tell people, you'll get a notification and it'll say, do you want to switch to me as your coach? And say yes. Because if they have a past coach, it's going to say your coach is this, but you're shopping with this. Do you want to go to this? And so I just send a message and I say, it's going to ask if you want to switch to me as a coach, just say yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. So, does anybody have any other questions about anything or?
I do.
Okay.
Okay. I was wondering about the free leads. Like I have a ton of them but they're old. And back when I had them, I tried to send them all emails and I may have heard back from 2 out of say 50.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know if I'm supposed to text them or am I supposed to reach out in a different way, or how do you get in touch with them?
I personally am not a great email person. So because I know that about me, I know that there's plenty of other people are not a great email person, people. So I like to, if they do not have, make sure that they don't have like that do not contact, but I like to just send a text and I always send a little thank you card to all of my leads. I actually delegate out my thank you cards and I have a friend that does it for me. which some of you probably are like, why did I get this? Like, thanks for choosing me as your Beachbody coach. So, I mean, sometimes it's like not super personal, but at least it's something. You know, when it just wasn't something, if you have the time, I think a handwritten note goes so far, and is so important. That's probably something I probably should put back onto my plate. But, I would say send them like a little like handwritten note. If you have a business card, you can throw that in there. You can say, you know, hey, let me know, find me on Facebook. My thing is I have this postcard and it says like, thanks so much for joining me. If you're not already friends on Facebook, find me here. Ask me about my referral gift or, you know, things like that. So I would just say send them a text and an email this week and go back and be like, hey, you know, my name's Jennifer. We've been connected a while ago with your Beachbody purchase. And I know we haven't talked and haven't heard back from you, but I just wanted to check in and see like how things are going. And if you wanted to start up a new program with me, because I'm running a new group starting September 11th or, you know, something like that. So I think just like check in. And text messages, I think, are so much easier. People are going to be like, oh, okay. You know, and they'll either ignore you or say yes, or I'm good. So.
Yeah. Even if it's like a year ago, it's been a long time. So like, even just the card, if I put like how they could contact me if they were still into it type thing.
Yeah. So maybe send an email. But I mean, honestly, you could just be like, hey, you may not even remember me. I actually am your Beachbody coach through your purchase about a year ago. And I'm just going through my database and starting a new group. And I just wanted to see if you'd be interested in starting back up. Are you currently on a health and fitness journey? And that may be something like imagine if like you signed up for something, you didn't really stick to it. And, you know, maybe you're just sitting there watching TV and like feeling really bad about yourself. And then there's somebody that randomly texts you that wants to support you on your health and fitness journey. I would be like, oh, that's so sweet. You know, like, I just feel like it would be cool to think that somebody else is out there thinking of me and wanting me to join them. So, you know, it all comes with where you're coming from. And as long as you make it sound like you would be talking to like your best friend instead of like trying to sound really salesy, I say go for it.
Okay. So weekend goal.
Yay!
I'll send all my cards out.
I have one more question.
Yep.
Do you guys use the app or do you use Facebook for your challenge groups?
I've used the app in the past, and I have a lot of challengers that love it because they love just like logging in and doing I just am not good at it. Like, for me, it's one more thing and I can't. If you want to try it, if you have a lot of people that are Instagram and aren't on Facebook, I say do it. It's a great way to connect with people. But for me, like, it's just one more thing, and I'm already on Facebook anyway, so it's easy for me. I think it's amazing, and I think they're working on it connecting with the Nutrition Plus app, so you can all of your food and inches and everything you log on the Nutrition Plus will sync with Beachbody On Demand, the challenge tracker app, which is really cool. I just don't have a lot of engagement when I do it on the app, but I also am not a great like challenger on the app, so that's probably part of the reason.
Okay.
I have a year-long running one. Like, I set it from like whenever I started it and for like 12 months after that. And so I add people in it. I tell people about it if they want to log in and just check it off. And I have some that do on a regular basis just to kind of more to keep themselves accountable. It's ongoing. It's not a specific program. It's not a set date. It goes on, like I said it for like a year. So
okay.
If we wanted to make like a big team-wide one, we could always do that, and I could run it for a year and we could just have it there, because I have like 3 people that are like, oh, I missed the app, and I'm like, shoot. I haven't done anything about it. So if we wanted to, we could have an ongoing one where if you have people, you can put them in there and you can help add content or stuff. It's just not something I want to take on and really commit to. But I have a lot of people that do love it, but not so much.
Yeah, I haven't even downloaded it, or I have, but I haven't like added anyone just because same way. I just feel like it's an extra thing to tend to when I'm already on Facebook.
I would say if you're starting to run into where like a lot of your Instagram people aren't on Facebook, then it's a great thing to be like, okay, let me start this, you know, and then you can always make a post on your team page and be like, hey, who else wants to run this with me? I guarantee you'll find somebody else to help you too, so you don't have to do it on your own.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
So yeah, but yeah, so I hope this was like something that lit your fire and know just like the awesome potential in this business. And it's crazy to think about what you could do, but just know that it's not going to be like something where you're like hitting Success Club 5 the last day of the month every month. Like that's not going to be enough to grow your business to that potential. It's all about talking to people. If you're somewhere and you're at somebody invited you to an Arbonne party, well, you need to talk to people. You need to be like, hey, are you on Facebook? Let's connect. And it doesn't need to be like, let me tell you about my products, but just get everybody that you talk to, make connections, and friend them on Facebook right then and there. I can't tell you how many times I've been at the dog park and I'm talking to people and I'm like, oh, are you on Facebook? I'd love to be friends. We can connect there. And then they see my posts. So when I'm not like, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach, here's my card. Hey, I'm a Beachbody coach, here's my card. I'm just genuinely building relationships. And then I ask them, and I'm like, are you on Facebook? And I add them right then and there. And I'm like, what's your name on Facebook? And then I'm like, is that you? And I add them right there. So that is probably the best thing, because people start watching you. And as long as you're being consistent and you're talking about your journey and you're posting results and you're, showing up every day, people are going to be like, okay, what are you doing? So that's what I do. Okay. I was seeing in the chat. So, okay. Thank you guys so much. I blabbed a lot longer than I thought I would, because I was like, well, I didn't finish this and I just have a bunch of income slides, but I went a little bit longer than I thought it would be. Usually I try to keep everything wrapped up in like 45 minutes. I know we're busy. It's late. My brain doesn't work much after like 8 o'clock. So, but please listen to the National Wake Up Call. This week was Brooke Lipoff, and she talked about the flash sale that we just finished up. She also talked about a lot of kind of like working this in like a very part-time way. All of them can be that we have an app. Does anybody know? Actually, I haven't updated the podcast because I've been watching them live on the Beachbody Challenge or the Team Beachbody Coach 411 page. Does anybody know if the podcast is updating to have them, the new ones there that you can download them? Somebody said something. I thought Melissa said it wasn't. I'll have to check on that. But there's a podcast. If you download the podcast Team Beachbody Coach, like from like the past, like since like 2013, all the Monday National Wake Up Calls at 11 a.m. Eastern Time are there. Our team calls are every Thursday at 8 o'clock. And then I will be hosting another, I'm going to do 2 coach sneak peeks in September. So I'm going to make my September calendar and then post it so you guys know exactly what's happening. If you're a new coach, my challenge group starts the second Monday of every month. So if you're adding anybody to our challenge group, it starts September 10th. So you can start posting about that and talking to people there. Liz, I got your email. I need to check a look at your story and do that. And so Liz and Jess, your goal is to post your new coach post tonight or tomorrow. And prep week starts. Maybe we'll have prep week start. I just kind of go. I don't really do a prep week. I just kind of go. It's basically just kind of talking to them, the weekend before and sharing meal plans. I don't really do too much of a prep week. We can brainstorm. I probably should, but yeah, you just let me know. And you can help me with this one as well, Tori. So yeah, I basically will have people just starting on the 10th because we have a Biggest Loser challenge that's going right now. It ends on the 9th, on September 9th. And then we just kind of jump in. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, because then October 8th is the second Monday of the month. So it starts then. So that's what we'll do. All right. So thank you guys so much for hopping on, and I will talk to you guys later. If you have any questions or want to set up a time to do 15-minute Zooms, just message me anytime, and you will rock this business, and just believe in yourself. That's all you need. Bye.